Congratulations on reaching the end of the third week in this course on extracting, transforming, and loading data in Power BI. You've now reached the end of this module. Let's take a few minutes to recap what you've learned. You began this module by exploring the final step of the ETL process, load. You learned that the load operation enables the transformed data obtained by reading from a data source to become available for reporting purposes. You then explored the two main ways to load data in the Power BI user interface. Load. This option directly loads data into the data pane in Power BI, and you can still transform the data at a later stage. And transform data. The option allows you to transform the data before loading it with changes being applied to the data model. Next, you discovered that in some cases, you might have some source tables which are used during the ETL process that will not be used directly in the reporting area. And some of these tables may not meet the production demands of your data warehouse. In such cases, you will need an intermediate state between the data source and the data warehouse, called the data staging area. A staging area serves as an intermediate storage location for raw or unprocessed data, allowing it to be temporarily stored and prepared for further processing in a data pipeline. You then made use of your new knowledge by helping AdventureWorks transform and consolidate data by using a staging area. Next, you undertook a knowledge check. In this item, you proved your understanding of the concepts you encountered by answering a series of questions. In the second week of this module, you were introduced to data profiling in Power BI. You began this week by learning about the importance of data profiling and statistical analysis when reviewing data sets. You also learned about distribution, anomalies, and outliers in the context of data profiling. And you learned about standard deviation. Next, you explored the two profiling tools in the Power Query editor, column quality and column distribution. You then put your new skills to use by assisting AdventureWorks with data profiling and statistical analysis, using the profiling tools in Power BI to inspect data. Next, you completed a knowledge check, which tested your understanding of these concepts through a series of questions. In week 3, you discovered the best practices when working with data sources and why these practices are important to implement. Then, you had the opportunity to complete a practical exercise, importing a data set while considering the best practices. You were then introduced to data flows. You explored what data flows are and why they are used in Power BI. You learned about the subscription level required to use them and engaged with a fictional scenario showcasing their application and the advantages and limitations they offer. Next, you explored reference queries and their importance in streamlining data flows. Reference queries in Power Query refer to the practice of using the output of one query as a data source or transformation step in another query. You then explored the performance considerations you need to bear in mind when using reference queries. Next, you demonstrated your competence with these new skills by helping AdventureWorks to merge two of their data sources, using reference queries to deliver new insights into their business. Next, you explored the Query Parameters feature in Microsoft Power BI. You learned that this feature allows you to define one query that can be easily adjusted to handle different categories or variables, and you examined the process for disabling helper queries in Power BI. After that, you were introduced to the advanced editor and learned how to modify code. You learned that whenever you use the Power Query interface, M language code is executed to perform each operation behind the scenes. And you learned that, although you don't have to know M language to use Power Query, being familiar with the language used behind the user interface as well as being able to update it when necessary is valuable for anyone using the tool. You then explored the various global options Power BI offers that allow you to customize and optimize your experience when working with files. You learned that these options provide flexibility and control over file settings, ensuring a seamless workflow and enhancing your overall productivity. Finally, you undertook a knowledge check, which tested your understanding of the concepts that you encountered this week. And you completed a module quiz in which you demonstrated your understanding of all concepts you encountered throughout the entire module. You should now be familiar with the advanced ETL processes in Power BI. You should be capable of loading data with Power BI, profiling this data, and using advanced queries in Power BI. Great work!